Alright guys, I'm here to give you the complete rundown on farming in Slayer Legend. I see videos out there where people just recommend you skills, they don't tell you anything, where to farm, how to farm, or who to farm. So this will cover everything you need to know. The skills are just the tip of the iceberg, and starting off, before you can farm, you need to know where to farm, okay? Each stage is different, and you need to know something called monsters per wave, or mobs per wave. When you go to a stage right here, stage selection, you'll see there's a details button. When you click on this details button, at the top right, there's something called monsters per wave. As you can see here, this stage, south of Moonlight Plain, has 4 monsters per wave. And then if you go to the one I'm at right now, or the one that's I see selected right here, is monsters per wave is 18, okay? The 2 stages you will be farming are 18 and 4 waves. This is 18, and the other one up here is a 4 wave. The 4 monsters per wave is best for gold and EXP. The 18 is good for everything else. So before I started, I plugged everything into the calculator right here. To my left is a calculator, which you'll be able to find on our Discord. So right here, stage 391 and 398 are both 4 mobs per wave. As you can see here, these gold value gains per hour is significantly higher than these ones up here, which are the 18 mobs per wave. Okay, it's almost double. It's actually more than double. And as you can see here, clear time matters a lot. Okay, yes, you will need a stopwatch. Personally, I use the Google one right here. I have it pulled up. I use this one. You could use the one on your phone. What you want to do is time your character doing a run on that stage and put it into the calculator here, okay? As you can see here, these are only like 4-second difference, and this is a 3-second difference. Just that slight difference will have like dramatic impact on your gold and XP. If you go further down and look at this, 391 and 398. Theoretically, 398 should give you more gold, right? Because it's higher stage, mobs drop more gold. But because they are slightly stronger, and you clear the wave slightly slower, just by 1 second, the difference in gold is enough where 391 is a better stage for you to farm. It has higher XP, higher gold, and higher everything across the board pretty much. Okay, even the souls is pretty major. It's 4,000 per hour more. You're like, oh look, it's only, a little bit more, but think like this. You're farming for 10 hours, 20 hours, over time, this difference builds up, okay? So now that you know that 4 mobs per wave is best to farm for gold and EXP, and the 18 mobs per wave right here, these stages, they're good for everything else. You can pause the video if you need, you can compare. You see the cubes gain, the stones gain, the diamonds, and the souls are all higher than these 4 mobs per wave. But these 4 mobs per wave are significantly higher the gold and XP. So this is where you're going to be deciding what you want to farm. If you're trying to push enhance tab and finish out death strike, finish out crit damage, that's where you're going to be pushing gold. And if you're trying to push for skill slots, like the 9th slot or the 10th slot, you need level up 700 and 1000, then you can go for the 4 and get XP, push for XP. However, later on, when you max out everything and your gold is less useful, like right now my gold is pretty useless. I can either enhance HP or enhance recovery or attack. So pretty much I'm putting everything into attack right now. But early on, gold is a lot more useful. You have all these other stats to do. It is okay to farm 4, but right now at endgame you want to stay on these 18 mobs per wave. Okay. Later on, cube is very important. You see this right here. You go to your weapons or your class. You see how much cube they use, or you go to your spirits, and then you see how much cube they use. That is why late game you want to be farming cubes, and cubes are best dropped on the 18 mobs per wave. Same for stones. You will be needing a lot of stones for your companions, okay? Your companion level up, so you need a lot of stone. And they are also best on the 18 per wave. Souls as well. Souls are almost like double or more than double on some of these for soul weapons. You will also get more equipment drops in general. This equipment drop is like these legendary ones. Like you see right here, you go to details. There's a 0.007% chance of dropping one. You get more per hour on these stages. You can slowly combine your way up to the next tier and the next tier to get your mythic skills unlocked. Quick note is if you are trying to push for skills, generally the 18 mobs per wave, they come in pairs. For example, let's go to 384. Okay, let's go to 384 right here. This one drops weapons, okay? The next one up will drop accessories. They're pretty much almost the same difficulty, like in terms of monster HP and whatnot. If you check out the golds per kill, it's roughly the same. It's pretty much the same. It's slightly higher, but it doesn't matter. To go after the accessory or the weapon you're trying to combine for skills, okay? And a quick note, this right here, these numbers you see right here, is the amount of gold, XP, and cubes you get per monster kill. And this down here is your auto hunting rewards, also called offline AFK rewards, okay? So before we can actually start, you want to know the difference between online hunting and offline farming. Online farming, your character will use all the skills you have, everything you set here in the skill tab, and stage you have selected matters. However, for offline farming, skills don't matter and what stage you selected does not matter. It goes by the max stage you cleared. So if you look at this calculator right here, the max stage I put in myself, you can type it in once you download this calculator, is 411. And to the right here, you see this offline calculator. This tells you how much gold, XP, and everything you're getting offline in 60 minutes. So you can put like 120 minutes. You can change that as well. All these green boxes are input boxes for you to change. These other boxes that are not green, those are the results tab. So you just look at those, okay? So let's compare offline farming to, let's say, a 4 mobs per wave farming from 391. Look at this, okay? 15 quintillion, however much that number is, compared to 3. I'm just gonna go by this 15 number, okay? So 15 versus 3. That is a lot more, okay? That is like 5 times more gold farming online than offline. However, if you look at the XP is 56 compared to 40. So yes, offline farming is better than online farming in 2 aspects. One of them is XP. The other one is this dice right here. Dice is used to re-roll things. If you don't know where to use dice, I recommend you to check out the progression video. So dice is better offline. But keep in mind, when you are farming offline, you're getting more XP and dice, but you're throwing away everything else, okay? You're throwing away the gold, the stones, the souls. The souls is important for soul weapons. Look how little you get. You get 22k souls. White souls. White souls are the ones you can turn to any type, but still, it's 22k versus a focused farming from 18 mobs per wave, which is close to 200 or 180k. And even those lower 4 mobs per wave drop 80k. But yeah, as you can see here, the cube gang is 1.5 million. It is way more than the 4 mobs per wave, but it is less than your most efficient 18 mobs per wave, okay? That being said, if you don't have a spare phone or computer you can keep running, then yes, offline is your only choice, and it's okay. It's okay. But if you want to be efficient, you want to be very efficient, you want to be online farming, okay? So there are other mobs per wave besides 4 and 8. For example, there's 16, there's 8, there's 12, there's even 6 mobs per wave. These, however, are spread between 4 and 8. Okay, so 4 is the lowest, 18 is the highest. 4 is the best for golden XP. It is on the extreme low end in terms of mobs per wave, and then 18 is on the highest end. And every other mobs per wave stage is split in between. For example, 8 mobs per wave. I don't have one on the calculator right now, but if you do download the calculator or get a calculator, a copy of it from our Discord, you can put in your 8 mobs per wave. You'll see that the spread of gold and XP for 8 mobs per wave is in between 18 and 4. So you'll get less gold on the 8 mobs per wave than the 4 mobs per wave, but your other stuff like these will go up, but it will still be less than this. So it's like a spread of farming. We only recommend you to farm 4 mobs per wave to focus these, or farm 18 to focus these. Okay, so now you know the difference between that. There is something else you need to know about farming. It is gold multipliers. Okay, so every 10 stage, you see right here, every 10 stage you will get a stage gold multiplier. This multiplier is not specific to the stage. Okay, this is a global multiplier that you unlock after completing this stage, beating this boss. So right now my gold multiplier is 7.3. So I beat this stage. That means this 7.3 is my new multiplier for every single stage I farm. Okay, I see people confusing this and they say, oh, I have to farm, say, this stage because this one has 6.9 more gold. No, this is your multiplier globally for everything. The next one just upgrades the previous one. Okay, so that's the gold multiplier. Normally you will have to calculate that, but because of the calculator right here, once you put in the max stage, you see this max stage on the top left, once you input the max stage, the calculator knows which gold multiplier you're at and posts that detail straight to this calculator. This is very useful. Okay, so the other thing, of course, you know, is you gotta pump your extra gold. You pump your extra gold by, you know, just enhancing your luck, getting your weapon upgrades and all that. You put that in here. Your XP depends on your Slayer promotional ones, of course. For example, I don't have this XP page active. I put this XP page active. My XP will match this chart right here. I input it myself. And these are companion buffs. Starting out, you will not have these companion buffs. They come from passive 2 of your companions. Okay, you'll get them once you clear Advancements 3. You see this third page. Once you clear this third page, you'll get passive 2, where you can buff your soul gain, where you just put into the calculator here, or Zeke's is the most important one. He buffs enhanced cube gain. Okay, so I just put all that number in here. And then the other thing you need to know about farming, okay, is what skills to use. Skills is where you're gonna have a lot of variations. On the bottom left right here, I put 3 skill builds up. The first one is an early game build. Okay, you probably don't have this many slots. That's why I highlighted the last 2 skills in blue. The last 2 slots, if you don't have enough slots, you can just ignore them. But once you get more slots, you can add these skills in. And right here, all of them, well, these first 2 ones use something called a Fulgurus. Okay, this skill right here eats a lot of mana. It gets cast 0.5 seconds and uses 10 mana. So in 1 second, this skill will consume 20 mana. Meaning, if you do not have more than 20 mana recovery right here, you cannot sustain these 2 builds. Because one skill will eat 20 mana. If you have less than 20, that means you have negative mana regen. Okay, so do not use this skill if you don't have enough mana. And to fix that problem, you want to fix your mana problem ASAP. For farming, for bossing, to fix that, you want to go to Luna and get your mana dope as high as possible. This is where you're going to be getting your mana recovery. Okay, you will not be getting mana recovery from this, from her, you know, mana recovery rolls. This is where not to get it. Okay, you want to have it full attack, because higher attack, faster farming, more resources, and also in bossing too. So every companion should be max attack, not mana recovery. You have to get your mana recovery from here later on. Same with your Slayer promotional page. Okay, your Slayer promotional page should not have any mana recovery, except at the very beginning, it's okay to have 1 or 2, okay? Later on you want to replace it. On the extreme endgame side, there are very niche builds that require you to have 1, like just to so you have more than, you know, closer to 40 mana recovery. But that's when you get there, you'll understand yourself. I don't think I need to explain that right now. And for this next build in the middle, this is a mid-game build, okay? This mid-game build assumes that you have a skill called Supersonic. This skill is gonna make your stage farming very, very fast. If you don't have this skill, I would recommend using this early game build. And however, this mid-game build has 10 slots. I know you probably don't have 10 slots. So that's why, again, I highlighted these 2 last skills, Agile and Iron Will. If you don't have 10 slots, you have, for example, 8 slots, use these first 8 skills. Do not use these last 2. Now you see that there's something I highlighted in yellow, right? These 2 yellow skills are interchangeable. For example, this skill right here, Red Winding, I highlighted. Red Winding can be replaced with Thunderbolt Slash when you're farming 4 mobs per wave. I will show you an example right now for the Thunderbolt Slash versus Red Winding, okay? So let's see, let's go to 18 mobs per wave. This one, you see 18 mobs per wave. I'm gonna move to that stage. You see right here, when Red Winding goes off, well, my character's gotta use it first. There we go. You see, when Red Winding goes off, it hits almost the full 18 mobs of that wave, okay? When you have Lightning Bolt Slash, it will not hit that 18. So what do you do then? You're like, oh, if you know Red Winding has more range, why don't you just always use Red Winding? Because if you go to a 4 mobs per wave, depending on the player and who you ask, I personally think it's more effective for you to farm 4 mobs per wave, like one of these, with Thunderbolt Slash. Because Thunderbolt Slash is it's a targeted ability. It doesn't randomly spawn lightning like Red Winding does. So let's go to let's see, 391. Okay, that's 397. Whatever. Just go to find a random one like this. This is fine. It's for demonstration purposes anyway. So you will replace Red Winding with Thunderbolt Slash, and you will also replace Curved Sword with Flowing Sword. Okay, so you want Flowing Sword instead of Curved Sword. The reason being is, look, we can time it right now. So this stage, let's see how long we clear. Okay, so this wall will take maybe 21 seconds according to the calculator I put in. But of course, there's RNG, like if you enemies dodge, you miss skills. So let's see, we're almost done here. Alright, so this stage took 21 seconds and 24 milliseconds. Roughly what I put into this calculator. As you can see here, it takes 21 seconds to clear the stage. Curved Sword is stacked every 4 seconds, okay? If you do some quick math, you'll see that by the time Curved Blade gives you the same attack speed buff as Flowing Blade, the fight's over. So there's no reason for you to be running Curved Blade on 4 mobs per wave stages, because the ramp up is too slow. It is way too slow, and Flowing Blade is just straight up better. And as you can see here, there's a lot less enemies, so a single Thunderbolt Slash is enough to reach the whole wave. Now I'm gonna go back to the 18 mobs per wave, so I'm gonna equip Red Winding instead of Thunderbolt Slash. I'm gonna equip Curved Blade instead of Flowing Blade, and go farm the 18 mobs per wave. So for example, this 18 mobs per wave, it takes a lot longer to complete. The wave is a lot bigger, so your character needs to run around more in order to reach the chest, okay? And this last build is the Endgame build. This is a build I'm currently running. It does have Blizzard on top of Supersonic. Blizzard is a pretty late-ish game skill. It requires 3 copies of Mythic Grade 2 weapons to unlock. By the time you have Blizzard, your farming is going to be a little bit faster. Not insanely fast, it's not like 2x or anything, but if you see this right here, This blizzard skill, one skill can clear a whole wave. Character used it there when half of the wave is already dead, but you know, you get the idea. The blizzard skill just sprays out ice and kills the whole wave. So the other thing you need to know about farming is this right here, the details, I forgot to mention. This does not appear until stage 160, okay? So every single stage before 160 will not tell you however monsters there are per wave. This is why we have the master document on the right. So this master document right here, you see this enemy count per wave, this right here, this tells you however many enemies there are per wave pre-160. So this number right here, stage, is all the stage numbers. So if you go to 160, this is the point where the game starts telling you however many monsters per wave there are. But before that, you might want to use this master doc. That being said though, early on, it's difficult to be farming this monsters per wave is because you are upgrading so fast your stages. It might just be faster to go for example 8 or 9 or 10 monsters per wave. Yes, early on there are stages with 9, but later on there will not be. After 160 it gets standardized and you can just put that number here. This calculator is where you're going to be calculating all your offline and online gains, and everything gets affected by gold percent, okay? Offline gold gets affected by gold percent too. Offline XP gets affected by XP percent. For example, I have 890, let's change it to 50. You can watch this, okay? I'm changing it. You see how much it drops? Yeah, it drops by a lot. So I'm gonna go back to 890. It's gonna recalculate back to what I had before. Same with the gold. I'm not gonna change it, you'll get the idea. The other thing you need to know about this master document on the right, this is data mine info by one of our Discord members. He also made this calculator, same with B and other people in here. You see the credits here. Right here, if you go to the right, this master document has something gold per kill. This gold per kill matches up with right here. This is gold per kill, XP per kill, and cube per kill. Right here, you see on the right, the idle gold. You get 14 gold per kill on stage 1, but idle gold you only get 14. So it's the same here, but later on, especially because you're killing a lot faster than the idle. I think this idle timer might be like a minute or something. I'm not quite sure. I haven't really tested that, but as you can see later on, it's no longer the 1-to-1 ratio. This is a lot less than the idle, but you kill a lot faster than the idle. The other thing you need to know is once you get all your gold, right? Once you get all your gold, how do you spend your gold? You're going to be spending your gold with the stat calculator. Once you put all your stats in, it's going to tell you how much or how efficient it is for you to level that up. If your, say, for example, your death strike is a lot higher than your crit and it's 10 times more expensive or 100 times more expensive, at that point it's probably better for you to level your crit. Then again, I'm not a calculator, this is a calculator. So you're gonna go here, don't listen to me, go to the calculator, listen to the calculator. That's pretty much it for farming and everything you need to know for farming. You can play around with these skill builds. These skill builds are just a guide for you. This is what I found the best. If you find you don't have a skill, or you find you want to test if a skill is better or not, you can go ahead and test it and try it, but definitely time yourself. Generally, the other skills are not useful. I told you what I think is useful, what we found to be the most useful from testing. And ice time is a trap skill. Okay, this skill sucks. Do not use this to farm. This skill is so bad. If you want to try it, you can be my guest. It's your game, you're farming. Alright, if you have any questions, leave in the comments, or you can ask me and I'll answer. See ya.